Greetings, fellow traders. Bob here, and it's time for the Lunchtime Market Update for Tuesday, September the 8th, 2020. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we're at the market here today. So SPX, monthly chart, we're down 71 points today, but most of that came from the gap down last night. We're seeing a lot of choppy price action here today. Weekly chart, again, we have that spinning top. You can see here this week, we are chopping around. Now, it's 40-point range, so we've had some interesting range today, but it's really tricky. We're seeing a lot of tug of war going on between the bulls and the bears today. Some decent volume coming in on the S&P futures, which we'll look at in a little bit. But anyway, still a little bit sketchy here as we're entering into the cloud canyon right here. So we'll see how that holds. And of course, we have this open gap below on the weekly chart. Daily chart, again, we pushed down a little bit below Friday's lows, but they bought the dip pretty quickly on this. So let's see how we close today. It could be pretty interesting, and we'll see where we go from there. Let's take a look at the SPY. So SPY, again, right now volume is a little bit, definitely not as big as the last couple days from where we are right here. So we'll have to see where they decide to finish it today. We could see a big flush down at the end of the day, but right now everything is just kind of chopping around, spinning top. Really kind of a neutral day here today. So we'll see what kind of follow through we get into the end of the day if they decide to put some fireworks, into the power hour at the end of the day. We'll see how that goes. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see how they've been behaving here intraday. Ooh, clicked over that a little bit. So. Overnight, right, they took a lot of the fun out, right? They took a lot of meat off the bone yesterday. So pretty interesting stuff. We did see a nice reversal opportunity here where we pointed out a short in the group after we had a 382 retrace over the overnight moves. So that was about it right here. It also gave about a 618, 786 pullback right here and then another move down. But they seem to be defending the lows so far. The volume is okay. It's pretty decent here coming in the 5-minute chart. A lot of the contracts, even after 10 o'clock, are pretty good. 29,000 contracts, right? 24,000. So it's pretty good here for decent volume. But right now we're just kind of really chopping around here between the 15 orb range, right? So that 382 pullback was the area here today for a potential short downside move. We pointed that out in the group today. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at the MES and take a look at some geometric levels and see how it's behaving here. On an intraday basis. So again, we broke down over that triangle we talked about going into last night. So some pretty cool stuff there. And again, we're really just chopping here right now. So let's see how it holds this geometric. We break down below there with some volume. We may see a test of the day's low and could see some more downside. But right now we are really just in a consolidated pattern, right? So I would assume this is an impulsive way down. We may see A, B, C. We may retest the 15 orb highs today. And then we'll see how we handle those levels today, right? That could be a very interesting level for potential more downside action. And of course, if it busts above those levels and gets back into the triangle, we may see some more upside action, possibly for a move to the inside of the triangle. So let's see how that goes into the rest of the day. Let's take a look at the Qs. Again, similarly, the Qs broke down a little bit. They were strong this morning, right? So we saw some rallies and some names like Amazon. Roku was pretty strong here this morning, still hanging in there pretty well. AMD. A couple nice dip buys on those. So we'll take a look at those in a little bit. But generally, some decent strength on those at the open. And then we saw the pullback and just kind of chopping around right here. The IWM this morning. Again, just really same type of stuff, right? Nice down move overnight and then just kind of chopping around here in the 15 orb range. Let's take a look at Apple this morning. So Apple coming September 15th, they've got their product demonstration thing coming up right here. We're really chopping around. We put this channel on here pre-market in the group. Right, so we've been holding this channel pretty well right here. One tag to the downside, one tag to the downside, but still chopping around in the 15 orb range here today. Tesla got beat up a little bit overnight. It's down 60 points here today. Again, they were supposed to go on the S&P 500. That was the big hype of Tesla, but then it turns out they did not get added to the S&P 500. So it did give a nice reversal today. Let's see if it gives us this turns into a little bit of a bull flag here going into the rest of the afternoon, and then we'll see what kind of price action we get off of that. So we'll see where we go from there. A couple other ones that we've been tracking. So last night on the bearish radar, we had Oxy on one to keep an eye on. Right, oil was one of the weak sectors, and that was a beautiful down move today. So if anybody was checking out our public game plan, great down move on Oxy there today, and nice follow through from Friday's candle. So great stuff there. The other one that was on our radar this morning that we pointed out as a short idea at the open in the group was Boeing. Right, so we broke down below the triangle here this morning. Now we have to see how it handles it. It was great, right? So we gave a nice move at the open, nice down move right here, some good follow through, gave a 382 retrace for some more downside action, which was nice. And then it started to change composure a little bit, and it came all the way up to the 786 retrace from the highs, and it gave a big move down off of some additional news off the 787 Dreamliner. Right now, it's working on an inside 15 up, so let's see how that goes today. It's over the 80 MA, so at this point, it's a little bit out of play just based on the choppy price cycle. We'll see if some volume comes in here, and if it wants to work its way back up a little higher. One of the things I do like is the increased volume on the inside 15 right here. Sometimes that does gear up for a little bit more energy for an upside move. So a nice move off of that one here so far. So good stuff on those. So all the stuff on the radar has been doing pretty good. A couple other ones that are out there. We got some chart requests out there. So American Airlines. So the airlines got a little bit of a boost today. That didn't hurt Boeing, in that little rally that we were showing earlier. But right now, American Airlines is kind of chopping around, gave a boost to the upside. Apparently, airline travel increased, pretty decently. I think month over month. But overall, over the year, is not really good, right? So American Airlines really needs to clear a bunch of these levels right here with some decent volume for it to really get interesting for a bigger move. But it was a great move intraday, and I know members did well on that. Uber, this is a good one too. If anybody follows Algo Paul, he pointed out Uber as a potential move in the group today, and that did really well off its Elliott wave count. Nice pullback here pre-market, and then launched off of that. So nice move off of Uber today. Nikola, there's another one. So Nikola, again, up pretty decent here this morning. It might be flagging here a little bit. Again, it's a little tricky here with all the pre-market levels, but it did give a nice dip buy at the open. Workhorse is one that some of our members enjoyed trading this morning. That gave a nice up move today, inside 15 up for a decent move there. But again, just be careful, Workhorse, for any overnight type stuff. Facebook, we actually pointed out here to look for a bullish move off of the opening pullback, right? We got a nice day trade off of this, a 382 pullback, right? And it pushed its way up, but it's kind of drifting down a little bit off of that. So just a lot of these names just losing a lot of energy here today. And Work, that earnings tonight, so keep an eye on that one. It's up a little bit here during the day. So let's see if this turns into a bull flag right here, and they try to rally it into earnings. Lulu, also a nice one there. So again, similarly, let's see how it goes in earnings. Very, very expensive right now with the option premiums. Inside day so far, so let's see how that reports for earnings. Anyway, great stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for the chart requests. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your trading day. Stay healthy out there, and remember to risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys.